Hello, Dungeon fans. It's the Liching Hour. I'm Kevin from Level 9, and tonight we're playing Apocrypha the Adventure Card Game. For another mission. This with the new team. Kind of excited about playing. The new team is Evangeline Rose and Savannah Proctor. We had our first mission, was the last episode. You want to check it out. That was called the latest strain. Tonight's mission is called Fables of the Reconstructions. Our ladies were managed to acquire all the samples of a dangerous virus called a Better Tomorrow, which tends to evolve the patient in unexpected ways. And they were able to acquire all the samples before they were given out in a town just outside of Miami, just south of Miami. So it didn't move. And this was the first name on a list that Savannah Proctor had, because she had escaped from some kind of medical experiment, kind of laboratorial kind of location, with just barely alive. Evangeline had found her at that point, and now they're continuing on up the coast, crossing off a list Savannah had acquired from when she escaped this medical place, the experiments. And the list, which Savannah assumed was a list of other bad people doing bad experiments. And she's right. They first was last week, and then now they're going up the coast to Jupiter Beach, Florida, about 80 miles north of Miami. And the only name she has is Dr. Richard Sykes. That's all she's got. That was on a list that she found. It's next on the list. The mission itself is very straightforward. It's they're going to go to any of these three locations here: Hospital, Manor, and Operating Theater. It's the Florida Medical Center, an old folk home, basically, and then a Renew Center, which is it's a plastic surgery place. And they've just got to find the big bad guy and chase him throughout these, close him down, finish him off before the timer goes out. The malady for this mission, every mission in this book has a malady, is Zumps. I don't know how much is going to come into play. The mutations for these locations, these are predetermined by me, but randomly, because of this book, which is great because it saves me having to roll every time to determine what the mutation is. The hospital is two-headed. The manor is regenerating. The operating theater is rock solid. Now, granted, these have different names if I mutate them for other checks other than threats. Yeah. So, Evangeline's kind of her gig, one of her main modus operandi is going into hospitals. That's how she finds the people who need to be helped, who need a hand transitioning from life to death. So this is the start of this mission is Evangeline saying, okay, we need the name of this doctor. We need to find out what kind of doctor this is. We're going to go to, we know, the list said Dr. Richard Sykes, Jupiter Beach. So they hit the first hospital they find, and that's this one. They're going to go in there and try to find maybe this surgeon is, or this doctor is here. They don't know yet what he is or what he does. We're just trying to figure out where he might be so they can talk to him. Savannah doesn't want to talk. She just wants to eliminate. Tonight I'm going to use, this will be the first time, shame on me, but it'll be the first time I'm using the daily mutation from the Apocrypha app. Today it's called Out Like a Lamb. And I hope it doesn't foreshadow anything, but if we lose this mission, instead of, because if you lose a mission, somebody gets a death, has to put a death into their halo. Instead of getting a death, whoever it is can discard it's a non-alpha card, big gift. Basically a gift that you've earned through missions, not by just a base gift. So I'm glad I have that because we almost lost that last one. This is 2 players and they don't have a lot of fleeting fragments. For those of you keeping track at home, I ended up switching the fleeting fragments I decided on last game. Evangeline Rose has one called the right name, which is the enduring fragment. It stays with her. It lets her add a bonus die for resist threats. The reason I did that is because she does not have a resist tag. Savannah, however, does. Savannah has resist 2, meaning she can use 2 dice whenever she meets a resist, so it made more sense for Evangeline to have it. Anyway, they both have 1 fragment, and that's it. There's just 2 of them. So the challenge, I think, is a little harder. I was actually kind of worried we were going to lose last time. Okay. Setup done. Let's move on. We are heading to the hospital first. Just rolling into Jupiter. We'll put the mutation here. Let's see what Evangeline has to start with. So Evangeline is starting with an Omen of Doom. Great. An ally that she picked up last. Sparks, Mondrian Cell, Illusion, and Dead Sea Salt. I forgot to load up. Until I get used to my new format, I need to load up my notes. If you didn't catch last episode, what I'm trying to do is change slightly the way I deal with certain cards. Okay. Perfect. Okay. We're going to draw off the clock. It begins. Fables of the Reconstructions. Omen of Hope. Oh, nice. So the hospital's nexus, its doom side is at the end of the turn, she has to suffer 1 body damage. I don't want to do that. So, set the scene. Savannah and Evangeline pull up outside the biggest hospital in the area. They figure they're going to start there. Lots of urgent cares and that kind of stuff, but this is the biggest one in the area of Jupiter Beach that isn't dedicated solely to plastic surgery and that kind of thing. So they go in. It's a busy hospital. They're going to ask around. I'm going to play this Omen of Doom first. She's got to suffer body damage. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of her Dead Sea Salt. And Arc Wielder. It's a body gift. This is new. Do not make a compact with anyone not yet alive enough to agree to its terms. It's an ally. Okay. So, the moment they walk in, Evangeline has a system. She has a system for approaching people in hospitals. What she does is a little outside of science, but she relies on her natural kind of charm. And having dealt with lots of things, she doesn't just go up to the front desk and ask for information. She likes to walk into a hospital or a place of care, and she assumes confidence at first, and because she's been through it a lot, so she knows how far she can get by just being confident and walking right in. So now Savannah, we didn't talk about this before. But judging by the art, and I'm wondering if I want to do this, I think we want to do this, is Savannah has a phase, her story between you and I. the story hasn't evolved yet because Savannah doesn't necessarily know who she is, and she's a little bit got an amnesia, and she's just kind of got a one-track mind tracking down these experiments and stopping them so that other experiments don't happen like her. Evangeline doesn't know who she is either, and mainly because her face is kind of messed up. Savannah had gone in for plastic surgery and had ended up as an experiment in a secret location and having escaped, but her face did not escape. Her face is a little like bad surgery. It looks like bad plastic surgery. So people tend to not want to look at her, which is great because Evangeline, it's great for the team. It works well for the team because it adds to Evangeline's confidence. She walks in, she's obviously with Savannah. People don't want to look at Savannah. When they look at Evangeline, they see a cheerful, not necessarily happy, but comforting face. Comforting versus Savannah. So, yeah, that's exactly it. Long story short, we're going in the hospital. It works for them. This is the first time we've really tried this out. As they start going deeper into the hospital, because Evangeline wants to find a certain nurse. There are certain nurses; those are the ones that respond best to her. She's found. Doctors typically don't have the time. They will respond well after a certain amount of time, but you don't approach them right off. Nurses, you approach them the right way, you find the right one, you can get really far in a hospital. To the point where you can actually sit with somebody who's dying and help them go to wherever that's the safe spot for dying. So as they continue into the hospital, Evangeline walks by someone who we're going to roll to see if they not so much recognize each other from a specific standpoint, but if they feel each other. Let's see. Evangeline has a mind of 3, so we're going to start there since that's a 12. And Evangeline has a great power that if she plays an ally a holy gift, she can lower the cost by 1. So this is a card that she kind of would want. Not kind of. Let's see what it does. It boosts body. Great. She or somebody else during the support phase, when faded, she can sacrifice to heal 4 and they are no longer faded. That's awesome. Evaluate versus a threat. Sacrifice to flip 1s. I like the arc welder. Let's get him. Or her. It's a him. Alright, so it's a physician, ally, hack. She has no hacking. So right now we're looking at 3 purple, but she can boost her mind. Okay. So we're going to play, I'm going to discard illusion to boost the mind. I don't have a hack. I was looking for a hack. Doesn't have a hack. The person, the arc welder, he thinks of himself that way. He thinks of himself as a bringer of life. He's really just a tech who helps use the defibrillator. That thing. So defibrillator. He is trying to hide in plain sight. He's not a saint, but he's not necessarily normal either. So he's got a little bit of he's a little bit left of normal, enough to where he doesn't really fit in, and he can hide in plain sight, and that's kind of what he's doing. But Evangeline, that's me discarding this illusion. She's whenever she boosts her mind using illusion, it's because she's applying things throughout her life to her present situation based on times in the past, and times in the past where, and for this instance, where when she was trying not to be noticed. She notices someone trying not to be noticed. That's going to add a 4th mind die. I don't think, let's see, what's mutation? Mutation is classified. Okay, so the worst thing is if their mind plus sense, she has no sense, plus the mutation result is less than 7, they cannot play powers to reroll, upgrade, or flip dice. If their soul plus charm plus the mutation result is less than 7, they sacrifice 1 omen. I don't want to sacrifice an omen. But okay, so their soul plus charm, her soul is 4 plus, charm is 1, is 5, plus the mutation result. So all I gotta do is roll more than 2. Actually, I just gotta not roll a 1. I like it. Let's do that. Okay, we're gonna mutate. I don't typically mutate gifts, but I think he would be a very, he'd be a great ally. So we're gonna roll a mutation die. We get that Savannah, when she helps mutate, she can help with 3 mind dice. She can add 1 mutation die to the whole deal. So we're going to roll 2 and then get rid of the lowest one. It's 5. We're definitely, let's see. If they're mind plus sense, mind is 3, is 8, is less than 7, they cannot play powers. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we can re-roll 3 dice. Let's do this. wasn't even an issue. 14. All right, so she notices someone trying not to be noticed. That's kind of her job. Evangeline is very on when it comes to walking through a hospital. It's been her life for a long time. She walks right up to this guy, notices that he's a little bit different, and starts talking to him. He is not necessarily, he doesn't know all the doctors, but he kind of points her in the right way to the right nurse. Nurse Holly, actually. So we're going to play Omen of Hope. Sacrifice, flip your Nexus to Hope. Now in the end, we can heal 1 body gift. Worry beads. Okay, so we're going to roll. They walk by a doctor's office, and they have the steel balls ticking back and forth, hitting. Someone had left them like that. That ticking, we'll see if it invades, if it triggers anything with Evangeline. We're not going to... Yeah, she's got 3, and she's got resist. Oh, it's a resist threat, so that's not going to hurt. Enduring Fragment's not going to trigger right now. It's all right. 3, I don't really... I'm not super into the worry beads. And so the tick, tick, tick she doesn't even notice it. She walks right by. That's okay. All right, she has no more omens in her hand, so she's going to draw up to 6. She drew 2 omens, an Omen of Hope and an Omen of Doom. Excellent. Okay, Savannah's turn. Savannah started with 1 of everything. She got some extra razor blades. She's ready for action. She's got a bruiser mentality. She's ready to gamble. Therapeutic tea. We picked this up last game. When you mutate, you can trash 2 mutation die, then heal 5 mind or soul gifts if she sacrifices this. Okay. So basically, Savannah's ready to, and this is something we're going to have to learn. She and Evangeline are going to have to work out. Savannah's ready to, the moment they find this doctor dude, Dr. Richard Sykes, she just wants to jump on him and kill him. Not even mess around. That's not necessarily how Evangeline Rose works, so we'll see how this works out. We're going to draw. Omen of Doom, Pain. Okay. We're going to go into Savannah's mind. She's walking through this hospital, and the moment she drove into Jupiter Beach, her anxiety started spiking. She doesn't remember very much before at all. She doesn't remember anything before waking up in a cot in a small white room, being fed medicine, and being subjected to experiments. Driving into Jupiter Beach brought back anxiety at least, and made flashbacks at most, but enough to where she's walking through the hospital, her mind's not in the right place. We're going to flip this over to the Doom side. She's not quite sure why, but she's ready. If someone was to say that, Dr. Sykes, that's him there, she would probably just jump on him and cut him up. Phylactery. Okay. For those of you joining, for one way I wanted to approach gifts from now on, what I want to try to do is less literal, so that they're not like, oh, she has to somehow figure out there's a phylactery there, and she finds a phylactery, which is a odd thing. But more of a symbolic idea. Let's see, she's pretty well rounded. She's got 3 of everything. So we're not gonna do rage because she's got to trash the highest rage die for the pain omen. So we're gonna do soul. And then we got conjure and resist, and she got 2 resist. Okay, it looks like she's gonna find this phylactery. What does the phylactery do? Boost soul, discard to flip 1 die, damage, sacrifice, decrease damage. Okay. A phylactery is something you hide, a lich will hide its soul in. Let's roll and see if she gets a 10, and then I'll go from there. Of course she does. Big time. Okay. So, despite her, okay, so she's walking through the hospital. She doesn't give a shit for the people who are turning away and don't want to look at her. What she cares about is dealing with what's going on in her emotionally. She's aware of the stuff that's going on. She's not a mindless beast who's just going to pounce on the first target. But that's how she feels. But being there in a hospital, that hospital, doesn't necessarily bring back the kind of memories that she was thinking of. And she looks in one room as they're walking by, and she sees a young girl who is standing up out of bed, and she looks like she's sick, but obviously feeling good enough to stand up. And the little girl stands up, and someone's there with her, and she smiles at the little girl. This little girl smiles at the doctor, whoever, or her parent, whoever's standing there. And Savannah catches just that as she's walking by. And she realizes that what she's feeling in the hospital, and she realizes that regardless of where she was, where she is now is almost like a second life. And she's lucky she has this. And then on top of that, she has it in her power right now to stop and to fight back. And it's almost like she's gotten that second life. And that's the mood and vibe she's getting. And she picks up the phylactery kind of thought that she'll be able to use. And then that sets her in more of a righteous anger. She's like, yeah, I'm going to be okay because I am okay. And I'm going to right the wrongs that were, that got me there. That darker past. In a symbol versus a threat, add 1 bonus die. So we're going to play another Omen of Hope, and we're going to continue on. Memory stick. Okay. She's got 3 hack and study. She's got study of 1, so she's going to get 1 die. 10, 11. Okay. She has a flashback. With that thought, with that kind of the endorphins rush in. She feels like the adrenaline goes a little bit, kicks in a little bit. She's after that thought of seeing the little girl and thinking, okay, I got a second life. I'm ready to go. She is gifted with a bit of a flashback. And the flashback is walking into a I don't want to say hospital, but walking into an obviously medical waiting room and signing her name. All she knows is her name is what's funny is, how do we know her name? Because she doesn't remember it. That's great. So she's experiment 1138. And that's the only thing she has on her medical clothes when she washes up on the shore and she's taken into. So she's a Jane Doe or 1138. Trying to think of what what she'd want to be called. She's not Savannah. No, wait, hold on. No, it's beautiful. It doesn't fucking matter. Because right now, she's given a flash of a memory of walking into a doctor's office and signing the name Savannah. And then she doesn't remember enough to remember the last name. Conveniently enough. So from henceforth, she's going to tell Evangeline at some point that her name is Savannah. So she is Savannah. Up until this point in last episode, she should have been called something along the lines of 1138 or Jane. But she has remembered her name, Savannah. That's the memory stick. We'll put that in her hand. She doesn't have any more omens, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got to discard something. We're going to discard the razor blades because she's not feeling as killy at the moment. So we're going to pass the turn over to Violent. Not killy, Violent. So we're going to pass the turn over to Evangeline. Evangeline's going to draw an Omen of Doom. Trauma. Oh, hold on. No, nobody had body gifts, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, well, Evangeline has 3 omens. 2 omens of doom and an omen of hope. Thinking about playing a couple omens of doom and then flipping it back over for an omen of hope. I think that's what we're going to do. All right, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to play Omen of Doom Trauma. If she takes any damage, she's going to increase the damage by 1. Oh boy. Okay, Minion 2, that should have been like Minion 11, is an EMT. So, Evangeline finds Nurse Holly. And Nurse Holly has never heard of that doctor, of Sykes, Dr. Sykes. But she says, you know what? Because Evangeline's so nice. She says, you know what? Joseph over there, who just saw him walking in and going into a room, and he's coming out. Joseph over there, he's an EMT tech. He works with everybody in town. He's one of those third-party EMTs. He's not an actual official hospital one. He works with a lot of doctors in town. You know, you could ask him. He might have heard the name. So Evangeline approaches this guy. Joseph is a shady looking guy. Right off the bat, Evangeline could tell this is a guy. He's probably drunk or something right now. But he looks like, it looks like he's either on something or even worse. And so we're gonna, I would say, initiate mind, since if you fail, bury one card from a discard pile. So he doesn't want to talk to her at first at all. Evangeline's got to catch his attention. She has 3 mind and no sense. 5, 6, 7, just barely gets his. He goes, what can I do for you? Do you know any Dr. Sykes? And at first he doesn't want to answer. So we're going to roll now. It's a 14 mind. She's got 3. She doesn't. Oh, this is a resist threat. Awesome. That means she can add a bonus die because of her enduring fragment. And let's see. We're probably going to, since this is the threat for this Nexus, I think we're going to mutate. And Savannah's mutation power is too good not to do it. Mutate. Is this a minion A? This is a minion A. If versus a minion A, add 1 mutation die. Okay, so we're going to mutate. There's a mutation die. Savannah adds a mutation die. And Pestilence Reigns, which is part of the structure of all these missions in this book, adds another mutation die. But Savannah gets to trash the lowest die. So we're going to roll 3. Lower is bad. Low is bad. So 6, 4, and 2. We're going to trash the 2, which means 4 is the lowest. 2-headed, 4 damage. Double the damage suffered. Okay. We need to not take any damage. Easy peasy. Okay. That is a mind roll, which means now Savannah can help her reroll 3. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Mondrian Cell. Okay, so the Mondrian Cell represents Evangeline's ability to see patterns, the greater patterns in life. And right away, she recognized what this guy is obviously somebody who is a bit unstable and is probably willing to do things that for money that other people wouldn't. Obviously wouldn't. And so she approaches it like, not that he's a criminal, but that he's weak enough to look the other way. So we'll discard that to add a mind die to this roll. And what else we got? Sparks, assemble using a body. Nope. Support, Seer is a support. Let's see, what does Savannah have? She has a memory stick, which she can sacrifice to add 1 mind die during assemble for anybody. Not yet. Bones is good because that'll let her evaluate during the evaluate step. Okay, she has help that can happen during the evaluation step. So we're going to roll. Oh, shiza, this is good. Boom. So Evangeline gives her, she knows how to deal with these people. She gives him the look, I know exactly who and what you are look. And she's found that this certain type of person, when she hits them with that kind of stuff, it's like deer in headlights. And sure enough, when she's like, look, I need to talk to you, and I know exactly what and you're going to tell me exactly what I need to know. He can't help himself, but like with her presence, be like right there. What do you mean? And she asks him, where is, do you know a Dr. Richard Sykes? He says, he goes, you mean the plastic surgeon? Yeah, I know him. He's out on His place is out on Roosevelt. And on Roosevelt, you can't miss it. It's the Renew Center. She says, all right. Can I go? Can I go, Mom? She's, yeah. She lets him go. And we... okay, so to close this nexus, because we can move right to sealing, is we got to just recycle a body gift. And that can be anybody. So, yeah. Savannah's gonna, she's gonna recycle her bruiser body gift. Savannah's gonna do it. So the guy goes, "Can I go, Mom?" And he looks over at Savannah and he's like, he just looks and then leaves as fast as possible. He's almost like he saw a ghost. So we have closed this location. So this is looking good. Hospital, and the ladies are moving on to the operating theater, which is the Renew Clinic. Looking for, now they know that Dr. Sykes is a plastic surgeon. And they're going to go to the operating theater, and I'll be right back after. Hey, Heroic, how's it going, man? I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Right back. All right. Hey, Heroic. Nice of you to join us. So, the Renew Clinic, as we pull up, Evangeline and Savannah take off from the hospital, head down to Roosevelt. We got to draw back up for Evangeline. She's at 6 cards. Savannah starts feeling anxious again, and she's not sure why. So when they find the Renew Clinic, it's a little bit less of imposing than the hospital, of course. They pull in the parking lot. Slim to no cars. This is very busy. And they go to walk in. And let's see what happens. We're going to draw. We got an omen of hope here. It's an omen of hope. Oh, okay. Well, she's not feeling too anxious. Sustenance. Flip your next hope. Investigate it in a symbol using body. Add 1 bonus die. Okay. So in the end, before you reset, you may bury 1 card to heal 3 cards. All right. Switchblade. Okay. So they go in, and there's not many people in the waiting room. And Savannah realizes that the flashback she had earlier is this waiting room. And that puts her on edge right away. And we'll see if that turns to, let's see. Switchblade is 3. Rage is 12. She has 3 rage dice. Does she have strike? She has strike 1. Let's see. 11, 12, 13. Yeah. And she switches. She hardens up immediately when she realizes where she is. And so, very tight-lipped, she asks the receptionist if the doctor is in. Dr. Richard Sykes. She has no more omens, so we're going to have to pass her turn to Evangeline. All right, so Evangeline has... Oh, wait. Well, no, she doesn't have 3 cards to heal, so she's not going to bury a card. She being Savannah. Okay, Evangeline has 2 dooms, and... All right, she's going to flip it to doom because she feels the vibe off of Savannah. Savannah's switch happened quickly, and Savannah isn't the one. Usually Evangeline, typically in their little partnership, it hasn't been lasting that long, but Evangeline has been kind of the front person, and having Savannah walk up and ask the receptionist was a little lot. She's not sure what's going on. And evaluate. We got to flip this over. In the end, before you reset, Barry. Okay, we're not going to have that happen. We're gonna flip it back to hope before that happens. Bones. The receptionist is taken aback. Savannah, with her plastic surgery, her face isn't is a little distracting. And the receptionist doesn't really know how to take this woman coming up and just demanding to see where the doctor is. It looks like she's just going to fall back to a doctor's not in. It's just going to shut down. And so Evangeline is going to step up and do her thing and maybe gamble a little bit. She's going to play it off. She's going to try to make Savannah's approach work to their advantage. Let's see what happens. She's got 3 mind dice, and she has conjure 2. So, oh boy, I've been rolling good tonight. So Evangeline steps up and tells the She tells the receptionist. She immediately says, "We need to see the doctor." Savannah here. Savannah, on the way to the doctor's, had told Evangeline to this Renew clinic. Had told Evangeline that she had remembered writing the name Savannah down on her paper, and she was sure that was her name. Evangeline immediately picked up on. She's going to start calling her Savannah right away. So she goes. My friend Savannah, we need to see the doctor right away because she needs his help. Trying to flip the situation to where instead of Savannah looking like an angry malpractice suit to being someone who's in need of help. The receptionist picks up on that right away. It's like, oh yes, of course. I can get you in next week. Or let me see when I can get you in. But we need to see him now, is what she says. Let's as much as I don't want to do it, I do want to play another Omen of Doom. I got to recycle 1 random card. Oh, no. I'm recycling an Omen of Hope. Huh. Okay. So I can get you in. Let me see where I can get you in. Tap 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 tap. Looks like next week. No, darling. We need the help now. We should be in there. can you please look for a Savannah? She looked at it. She goes, Smith. Oh yeah, I'll look. I don't really see. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure. Uh, Actually, I've got a. The girl at the reception says I've got. I'm going on break. I have another lady coming in who can take you, and she can set up your appointment. I really have to go, and she kind of moves off, and then Evangeline takes that moment, slight moment, to take Savannah back into a side door. No, they go outside. The girl says, we won't be able to get you in. That's it. That's what we're going to do. The girl says, I'm not going to get you in until next week. I'm sorry, I can't. Evangeline says, thank you very much, darling. She doesn't have as much pull here in a private clinic as she does at, say, at a hospital. So she and Savannah go outside. And Savannah's like, there's got to be a back door. So they go around the back. And this place is kind of set back in a kind of like a swampy Everglade kind of situation. And as they go around back, it's the back of the building. There's a couple doors, and then the swamp. And they go back, and as they're looking around for one of the doors, something's going to attack them from the forest, from the back. Who knows if this is something that's a like is supposed to be there guarding the door, but it is a fae, a bushwhack. This is Evangeline. Mind is 10. Okay, so she might just be able to avoid this if we roll a good mind check. Sense, she has no sense. Wah wah. Alright, so this is more like... Alright, we'll see what happens roll, because if we lose, we confront a new threat, so this might not be the actual threat. It's more like they're walking around, and suddenly Evangeline's gut tells her that something's not right. Do I want to roll 3 dice for 10? I think so. It's pretty... 3 dice for 10 is actually pretty good. Yeah, I can evaluate, reroll. All right, I mean, I can use bones. No. She's going to discard bones to boost her mind, so we got 4 dice here. Jeez. No worries, man. So, yeah. All right, so it's not no fae. None of that shit happens. So they go to walk around the back of the building, and Evangeline gets a gut feeling, and as she starts to step around the corner to the back of the building, or corner of her eye, she notices someone standing out there, and she motions for Savannah to stop, and she steps back, and she waits. And it was someone smoking, but it was someone, I don't know if it was the doctor or who it was, but it was somebody that her gut told her that they didn't want that person to see them. So she waits a few heartbeats, and then she hears the door shut, and then she peeks around, and whoever was there is gone. And then she motions, and they move forward and go around to the back door. We're gonna play Omen of Hope. We're gonna flip this back over and see what's going on. So they go around the back door, and Evangeline's like, Evangeline doesn't necessarily know how to get in a locked door. So Savannah goes to town on it. But while Savannah's trying to work on it, or trying to figure out how she can get it open, we hear a chitter, chitter, chitter coming from the forest behind them. And Evangeline would ignore that, except it gets louder, and then these little things start coming out of the forest, marsh, swamp / Everglades, and it's our friends, the gutter snipes. Evangeline has never seen these things before, and Savannah turns around, and by the time Savannah turns around, they're a little bit surrounded. So we need a body or a rage, which is both. Neither one is Evangeline's strong suit. But, so, she's got 2 body, and it's a sense, and she has no sense, of course. But she does have muscle memory. So she is fit. She's going to discard that for a body die. I feel like we're going to need to mutate this, because I don't want to lose against these guys. It's embarrassing. Well, we're going to try it out. We're going to mutate. So we're going to roll 2 dice for the mutate. They're rock solid. 4 and a 3. Sacrifice 3, 4. During the mutate, roll 1 die. If the result is greater than their total mind, they reload their rage gifts. Okay. Is greater than. They is gotta be Evangeline, right? It's greater than her mind gifts, so she's got to reload her rage gifts, and she doesn't have them. So we're good. We can re-roll all 3 of these dice. We need 12. Six, 1, and 2. We're going to re-roll these. 6, 1, and 2. Okay. Sacrifice. I don't want to sacrifice you. Oh, I can. No, that's all right. Oh. What? I screwed up, dude. I could have used sparks. A symbol using body. Discard to use soul instead. She could have used her soul. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is kind of cool. So, Savannah is going to use bones. So, during evaluate step, she can discard this to re-roll 1 die, then trash 1 die. One of Savannah's powers is when trashing dice, trash 1 fewer die. So she's not going to have to trash a die at all. So we get to re-roll 1 die. We're going to try it out. Re-roll it 1, of course. And see 9, 10, 11. And we need a 12, don't we? So close. So close. Okay, so that was all. Well, that means 1 less damage. Damn. Okay. So we're going to take 1 damage from the gutter snipes. She goes. Evangeline says, she says, hurry up. And Savannah goes back to the door. Hurry up. I'll get rid of these varmints. And she goes to start trying to kick them away, to shoo them away. And it works to a point, but as she goes to get the last one, it jumps and starts gnawing on her foot. And that's just when Savannah gets the door open. We gotta discard her arc welder, which kind of sucks. But we lost a point of damage. Lose, shuffle, sacrifice 1 card from your hand or discard pile. What? Okay. Gonna sacrifice the Dead Sea Salt from her discard pile. And then that's the end. This gets back in. It gets shuffled back in. Can't read that very well. All right. Don't be on top, gutter snipes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moving on to Savannah's turn. Oops. She's going to draw an Omen of Doom. Oh, wait, hold up. Operating theater. Before you reset, you may bury 1 card to heal 3 cards. So, yes. So Evangeline is going to bury the Seer from her hand to heal 3 of her cards in her graveyard. She's got 5 in her graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. Now, Savannah. Omen of... All right, so Evangeline getting hurt and her getting the back door has kind of got Savannah in a bad mood. Flip a investigate versus a gift. She's got trash to highest die. Stash. Stash. So Savannah doesn't open the door. She's still trying to work at the door. She's decided she's just going to have to knock. She knocks. Just as Evangeline is dealing with the last gutter snipe, the door opens and this older looking guy, looks like an orderly of some sort. He looks at Savannah. He's like, I don't know you. And he looks and he sees Evangeline dealing with the snipe. He's like, oh, hey, I know how to get rid of those. He comes running out. Shoo. And he makes this weird sound with his mouth, which freaks out the gutter snipe and it goes running off. And Evangeline's like, well, thank you. And he's an incredibly talkative guy. And he's like, what brings you ladies out here? What are you doing? He's like, he asks them a lot of questions. He's talking. They want to get by him as fast as possible. We're gonna have to do and to get in and convince him to let them get in the back door of the clinic. Let's see. He's a 12 mind. This is Evangeline, so she's gonna use her mind. He's got hack and sense, which is not anything they have. Let's see what she's got. She does have... Oh, that's Savannah. Wait, no, sorry. This is Savannah now. This is Savannah. So Savannah's going to use her memory stick to boost her mind. Does she have hack or sense? No, she doesn't. But the memory stick is hack, so she gets to use hack now. That's 1. 4 dice and 1 white. That's pretty good. We're gonna roll that. We're gonna fix our card situation here too. 11, 16. So the building off the memory that she had of signing her name into this clinic, she gets a flash of this guy's face. So she knows he wasn't necessarily involved, but she saw him there. So she gets right up in his face. He's like, do you recognize me? And he says, he has to look away because she probably didn't look this way when he saw her, but he's like, no ma'am, I don't. And she says, the doctor who was in there, he would recognize me. And he's, I don't know, ma'am. I'm just, you know what? I come in, I do my job. I don't judge nobody. And she says, we're gonna walk in that door, and you're gonna go have a cigarette. And he says, yes. I feel like I need a smoke. And let's see. When you win versus a stash, you get to draw 1 new gift of each virtue and keep 1. Shuffle the rest into your nexus. Oh boy. I don't know if I ever did that before. Shuffling the rest into my nexus. Let's see. Purple. Green. Oh, whoa, hey. Alright, I'll have to fix that in just a second. And wait, was that right? No. And then let's do this. Excellent. Okay. Okay, what did we get? Indexing. It's kind of creepy. Star clock. Oops. A seer. Wave of mutation. Rage gift. Initiate versus a non-true threat. Discard. Exchange the threat with one new threat. And mutate. Upgrade mutation dice. Huh. I like that. That's if we ever meet a werewolf again, we could change it out to something less crazy. Okay. She's going to keep that. And then these get shuffled into the Nexus. She feels a they walk into the back door of the clinic, and Savannah's feeling like she's on the cusp of figuring out something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has no more omens. We're going to draw to 6. Pass the turn to Evangeline, who drew an omen. Oh, wait, hold on. We're still in Doom. And before you reset, bury one card. Okay, so she needs to bury one card. She's going to bury the lucky numbers. No, the Switchblade. Bury the Switchblade. Heal 3 cards. Oh, okay. She has 3 cards in her. Shuffle your hand into your deck. Oh, wow. Okay. So she feels a lot different. A lot more energized. All right. Okay, completely different hand. Interesting. All right. So what's this? Okay. Omen of Hope Vigor. As they go in the back door of this clinic, looking for Dr. Richard Sykes. What? Savannah goes in first as the older man walks away, and Evangeline goes to follow her, and one of the gutter snipes comes running out. The one that was biting on her, it wants her. It got a taste of her flesh, and it wants more. We're gonna have to deal with it. Body. She's gonna discard this to boost her body. She hears it coming and turns, and she's had a little bit of training. Evangeline is not completely helpless at all. She's had a little bit of training with dealing with herself, and she winds up for a kick. And that's what the bruiser part of her is doing. Let's see what else. Oh wait, no. We're gonna do what we should have done last time. We're gonna symbol using body. She's gonna use sparks. Discard, use soul instead. So her soul is 4. That's a lot better. So she does. She still turns. Well, no, wait. What's she gonna do? How's she gonna use soul to get rid of this gutter snipe? She's gonna turn and growl at it to scare it away. Oh boy, that did not work. However, wait. What is Savannah? She's got some new stuff. So Savannah is going to discard lucky numbers, which lets her reroll dice that show the same numbers. That's 2 2s. That's 12, ladies and gentlemen. So Evangeline turns and she hisses at the gutter snipe, and Savannah turns at the same time, and the gutter snipe looks at her and Savannah and then turns and runs back into the Everglades or swamp or whatever. And the symbol using body, add 1 body die. That's funny. All right, well, we're going to... Wait. This should have been hope anyway. Good karma. Star clock. Okay. 10 mind. She's got 3. She's got conjure of 2. We're going to roll and see if she gets this. And 6 and 10. Yeah, 13. She does. Evangeline walking in, having the door shut behind her. She's been sensitive to what Savannah's mood's been like since they got there. Well, ever since they left the hospital, and the way things going, they got in the back door. She feels like there's there's 2 gears clicking into place, and that's kind of where her mind is. Like she's rushing towards some kind of not rushing, but they're moving towards some kind of union of fate. That's where her mind's at when and we're going to use that. That's what this card's going to represent. She doesn't have any more omens, so she's going to draw up to 6 and pass it over to Savannah, who draws an omen of hope. Hold up. Savannah's gonna bury a card. Yeah, she's gonna bury. She's gonna no. Okay, she's gonna bury her bruiser to heal the 3 cards that are in her graveyard. Discard pile. Okay. Now it is Savannah. Savannah is going to flip this to doom. She's not feeling she's feeling a little ragey walking in there. She doesn't know what to expect. And she's got to suffer a body or rage damage. We're going to sacrifice the murder board she has. Not sacrifice, sorry. Suffer. Just discard it. And we're going to draw a seer. They come right in, and there's someone there who looks like she's on her way out to a smoke break. Soul. It's 12. Savannah's soul. She's 3. It's charm and sense. Savannah has neither. But she does have a Wolfram cube. She's going to wait, no, that's soul. That's mind. She doesn't have any soul. Huh. You know what? She's just going to roll it. 9, 10, 11. Not enough. They pass this woman who is having a bad enough day that she's not going to ask them who they are. But she looks at Savannah and she almost recognizes her just by her energy, but then she keeps walking. We're going to flip this back over to Hope because Savannah kind of recognized that woman too, and not as being someone who had subjected her to anything, but the idea that there may be there's people here who aren't as bad as the physicians. What's going on there? All right. And a symbol using body, add 1 body die. That's what Vigor does. And this is a body gift. Indexing. What is it? Good writing's dread, only presented confidently. Oh. Okay. Soul 3, sure. Resist 2. Okay. Let's roll and then we'll decide. 9, 10, 11. Okay. Body. During damage, you can recycle this to discard body or soul damage. Decrease body or soul damage to 1. If you're skilled in conjure, decrease the damage to 0 instead. Well, that's definitely something we want to hand over to Evangeline, for sure. So, Savannah recognizes the woman only in a sense that she's seen her before. The woman who's going out for the smoke break, and she's building this catalog in her mind. And that catalog is represented by the indexing. She doesn't have any more omens, so we're drawing back up. We're doing pretty good. We're doing really good. We'll see if the doctor's here. Passing the turn to Savannah, who draws an Omen of Doom. She's got to suffer 1 body or rage damage. She's going to suffer, discard her pink taser. Oops. And see what's up. So, there aren't a lot of rooms in this clinic. No, there is. Well, it's not that there's not a lot of rooms. What happens is they're walking down trying to figure out which room they're going to start looking in. A doctor comes out, or someone who looks like a doctor comes out of one of the rooms. It's a she. She stops and she looks and she sees Savannah, and she has an obvious reaction. She recognizes Savannah in some way, shape, or form. Vivisectionist. This is someone who cuts animals open. Specifically animals, but for some reason this person just came walking out of the office of a plastic surgeon. She recognizes Savannah, or thinks she does. Whose turn is this? This is Evangeline's turn. Evangeline sees this and steps up to ask to diffuse the situation and ask this person if she knows where Dr. Sykes is. So this is our big fight for the operating table here. It's mind. She's got 3 mind dice. I have to start doing this over here, not behind me. I should have did this a while ago. 3 mind. She doesn't have hack. What do we got to do to seal this? To seal it, we got to choose one. Sacrifice 1 healing gift or sacrifice 1 random gift. Oh, that's easy. Okay. No problem. She's in the mindset that this is like all this is like heading towards something, like things are clicking into place. She feels like that's exactly her role right now in all this, is to step up and talk to this vivisectionist. That's why she's here. It's that mentality. She's going to discard this to boost her mind. Then we need to mutate. Mutate is downgrade mutation dice. We got to roll 3 of them. Or get to roll 3 of them. 6, 6, 3. How awesome is that? That means we're getting rid of the 3. We downgrade these to 5s. So the worst we got is 5. The mutation here is rock solid. 5 is cannot play strike gifts. That's fine. She's not going to play a strike gift anyway. Okay, so we are, let's see, what else can we do? Savannah's going to be able to help with 3 rerolls. Savannah's going to walk up behind Evangeline and staring intently with a lot of focus at this new doctor. A symbol versus a mutated card. You can recycle this to add 1 body die. I think that's it. No, you know what? Screw it. She's got the Halligan. So this look of focus has got a violent edge to it. And so we get a symbol versus a threat, recycle to add 1 body or rage die. If you're not skilled in strike, suffer 1 body damage. She is skilled in strike, so I'm going to add another body die to this roll. And yeah, that's Savannah. And we're going to roll it. We need 15. There we go, 16. So Evangeline steps up. Savannah steps up behind her, got murder in her eyes. The vivisectomist, at first, her first thought when she saw Savannah was to raise some kind of alarm. But with Evangeline stepping up and talking to her softly, and Savannah stepping up and looking like murder in her eyes, this vivisectionist welcomes the calm, comforting mom feel of Evangeline, and just wants to get out of the situation as soon as possible. So when Evangeline asks her where Dr. Sykes is, the vivisectionist is actually pretty relieved, because she's able to say he's not here, honestly, and that he's visiting a resident at a certain old folks home. And she's very relieved when that seems to make Evangeline and Savannah very happy. And so she is able to leave without any kind of problem. So she leaves thinking that maybe she should tell somebody. But let's see, sacrifice a healing gift or a random gift. She has a healing gift, so she can sacrifice this. Well, no, we'll go for random, because charm bracelet. Wait, sacrifice? Oh gosh, that's a sacrifice. Okay, fine. So she, Evangeline, as the vivisectionist is about to leave, Evangeline grabs her wrist and tells her, looks her right in the eyes, and tells her, "Thank you so much for helping us." And that's enough to, the vivisectionist leaves. She goes home for the rest of the day. She doesn't really think about what happened until later that night, and decides that maybe she should have told someone else that she'd seen Savannah Proctor. But by that point, where the ladies are well gone. Okay, so they get in their car. She's gonna reset to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're heading to the old folks home, the Second Life residence home. We're going to do that this way. All right, the doom here at the manor is at the end, you got to choose one, reload one relic, or recycle one card. And to seal it, you got to discard one random card. All right, things are looking good for the girls here. I don't think we're going to lose. I like the way this is playing out, though. So that was Evangeline's turn. We're passing it over to Savannah. Savannah Unana is drawing Omen of Doom Deviltry. She's got to recycle one random card. Indexing, whatever that is. Okay. So they pull up to the Second Life residence home. And they go inside and see what they find. All right. Right away, when they approach the building, Savannah doesn't know she's a saint. She didn't really have experience before the experiments. Evangeline's been a saint her whole life and been exposed to it. So Evangeline has a better idea why she's feeling the way she does when she walks into this place. And Savannah just chalks it up to the almost continued sense of anxiety she's experienced since she got here at Jupiter Beach. But Evangeline understands that there's something supernatural. There's something dark here, darker than maybe what they're looking for. She can't put her finger on it, but the receptionist right away when the receptionist sees them and smiles at Evangeline sees it in her, behind her eyes, or his eyes. It's a him. The receptionist is a very, very dark thing. It's not human. It's got a human face, but it's definitely not human. And Evangeline. No, wait. Is this Evangeline or is this Savannah? No, I'm sorry. This is Evangeline sees it. Savannah feels it. This is Savannah. Okay. Yeah. So Savannah feels it and knows she wants to take care of this right away. She's got body or threat or rage. I guess body. She's got 3 in both. 3 body. She's a tough chick. Very tough. She's gonna discard the booster body. And then it's got strike. She's got strike. And then okay. Evangeline has things that can help her after this roll. I don't think we're not gonna mutate this. We're gonna go for it. We need a 13. Five. All right, so that's 11. So we need to reroll. We need to do some stuff. Okay. It's a 13. We have 11. Okay. Evangeline's going to use bones to. She's going to discard or re-roll 1 die, then trash 1 die. She's going to re-roll this one and trash that other one. That doesn't really help. I think, like, seriously, I need a 4, 5, or 6. That's all I need. She's gonna play another one. That's a 4. All right. 9, 10, 11, 12. And then Savannah's going to play a Mondrian Cell. Evaluate versus threat. She can discard to roll 1 die. If the result is odd, it's even. She can decrease the target number by 2. So it's 11 now. So we have enough. So, Evangeline and Savannah both. Evangeline knows what she's looking at, that she's looking at something dark. Savannah feels what she's looking at. And when they meet this receptionist and he smiles at Savannah, everything about her says she needs to take care of this now. She rushes and reaches across, and Evangeline takes a gamble that the door that's next to the reception area is open, and she gambles correctly. And she's able to get in the door and go around and flank this guy, because this candy strapper goes to back out away from Savannah, and Evangeline's there to stop him and to catch him. And Savannah grabs him. And when she grabs him, something about her that she doesn't realize that she has, that Evangeline helps her with, because Evangeline's behind him, and she puts her hands on him as well. Something happens that kind of blows Savannah's mind for a minute. Is when she touches this thing, whatever she doesn't even understand why she grabbed him, and everything that happened after. When she grabs him and Evangeline grabs him, there's a flash, there's a feeling of draining, and then a feeling of pushing, and it reaches back. It looks up. The guy looks up, and he kind of does this like wordless or soundless scream at the ceiling, and then deflates and disappears. And luckily, of course, there's no one else in the office room right now, so no one else sees this happen. But his body just kind of deflates and kind of dissolves into the chair. And Savannah lets go and looks, and then she looks at Evangeline, and she says, "Whoa, what was that?" And Evangeline says, "Don't worry, girl. We'll probably meet more of those." "But what was it?" Savannah says. "Something dark, darling. Something dark. Let's go. We got it. We're here to do something." Evangeline wants us to keep going, not to dwell on this. The candy strapper is dead, so that's cool. That was a lot of cards, though. Evangeline knows they need to finish soon because she's running low on. She's a little drained. Okay. Gotta draw. She doesn't have any more omens. At the end, she's got to choose to reload one relic or recycle one. Oh, she has a relic. She's going to reload her Monsterpedia and then draw 5. 3, 4, 5. Passing the turn over to Savannah, who takes charge, and he says, "Come on, darling, we got to go." And they go farther into the old folks' home. She has 2 omens of hope. She's gonna we're gonna play the hookup, which decreases the you get a bonus die when gifts. This place is just full of bad juju. So how do we work this? The only way, since they took care of the receptionist, it's very quiet in the residence. The first room they look in, it's the kind of a suite. When they go in, there's a fireplace. There's a giant stuffed bird over the fireplace. At least they take it as stuffed at first. And Evangeline's, hello? She's like, "No one's in here." And they go to leave, and that's when the stuffed bird comes to life above the fireplace and swoops down to attack them. This is Evangeline. She's gonna use. Jeez. Evangeline's. Yeah. She's not a fighter like that. This is a terrible mix right here. Oh. Haha. She has sparks. She's gonna use a symbol using body, discard to use soul instead. Much better. Much better. That's 4. All right. Let's see. What does Savannah have? Okay. Savannah's got the extra razor blades. A symbol versus a threat sacrificed, add 2 bonus dice. 2 bonus dice. Basically, Savannah's ready for a fight. That's 6 dice. Do we want to mutate this? I don't want to lose. Let's see. What's the mutation here? Is regenerating. If the result plus the mutation result is less than 19, they shuffle the threat into the random other nexus. If versus a true threat, shuffle an archetype into their... All right, this is cool. There is no other nexus. So let's mutate this and see what happens. 5 and 4. Get rid of the 4. It's 5. So we just got to roll this and see what the 6, 16. She Evangeline turns to see this bird just kind of erupting off of the fireplace in this suite, and she just says, "Oh, Savannah," and Savannah rushes up. Oh, wait. So I think of how does she defeat this using her soul. Because Savannah's not going to help. She could have helped if she had to re-roll, but Evangeline takes care of this on her own. I think she's just going to like turn this. She's going to, the moment the bird opens its wings and comes, she opens up her arms and just like the bird. And she just says no or go. But Savannah doesn't remember what she said or doesn't know what she said, either one of those. But Evangeline said something, and the bird just kind of flies in and just kind of disappears, almost like it disappears into Evangeline. And Evangeline turns to Savannah, and Savannah at this point, she escaped something very scientific, and she's starting to experience things that are outside the realm of, but it's not like that doesn't make sense to her, but it's different. It's definitely something that's different, and she's in awe of what happened with what Evangeline just did. But Evangeline looks at her like it was Tuesday, and she says, "We need to keep looking, hon." Devil Bird's gone. We're going to play another Omen of Hope because she just got rid of the Devil Bird. Savannah's going to learn what it means to be a saint by watching Evangeline. In a symbol using soul, add 1 bonus die. Well, that would have been nice. Pink taser. All right, we're gonna roll 2 rage dice. I don't really care about getting. Of course, okay, we got it. All right, this is just gonna be Evangeline feels pretty badass right now. She feels like any doctor that we're about to meet is going to be easy peasy compared to the amount of problems they're finding in this nexus. I mean, in this manor, old folk home. She's going to draw back up, and and pass the turn to. Oh, that's okay. To Savannah, right? Yep. 4, 5, 6. Evangeline feels pretty tough, but Evangeline is also... Oh, hold on. She's got to get rid of either a relic or a recycle one card. No, wait. She flipped this to... Okay, she's good. She's down to one card, though, in her deck. She needs to heal. Does she have support for healing? Nope. Savannah has only got 2 cards, is drawing an Omen of Doom. Savannah's going to pass her turn. She's going to take Evangeline's lead as they work their way through the residence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Evangeline draws an Omen of Doom. What? Oh man, I hate gutter snipes. I do both gutter snipes. So they open another person's room, and she's about to close the door when she hears a now somewhat familiar chirping. She says, "That cannot be." She looks at Savannah, and Savannah looks at her quizzically, like, "What? What do you?" She says, "Did you hear that?" Savannah shrugs. "Hear what?" She says, "Let's get him." And she walks in the room, and sure enough, coming out from behind a couch are a couple gutter snipes. How'd they get in here? And she looks and she sees that one of the windows is open. Damn little things. They're a menace. Body, or like where to do body? She's going to sacrifice her muscle memory. Not sacrifice, sorry. She's going to discard it to... I feel like I flipped. No, I didn't realize that Evangeline had therapeutic tea as well. How did she end up with the therapeutic tea? Did I mix hands somehow? I feel like I mixed hands somehow. It's okay. Alright, she, yeah, body. 2 body. She is boosting her body with her muscle memory for 3. I cannot lose any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I gotta figure this out. Ooh, shit. Alright, where's this? Yeah. So, we're going to mutate this card. Savannah, we get to roll 2. Then, Evangeline's going to use a therapeutic tea to mutate. She's going to sacrifice, trash 2 mutation dice, then heal 5 mind and or soul gifts. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 mind gifts in the discard pile. So we're going to add that to the... She's going to heal those, which is awesome. Trash these. And then we just got to make sure we get less than 19. Oh, no, more than 19. Jeez. Oh, it doesn't even matter because it's a random other nexus. There's no other nexuses. So this is going to work just fine. Let's not take any damage. That's the thing. Okay. Jeez. 8, 9, 10. So we need 12. We could re-roll 3 because of Savannah. Savannah's here to help this time. That didn't... She rolled the exact same dice. Aha! Phylactery. This is her second life. Discard this to flip 1 die. Now it's 13. So it comes at Evangeline. Evangeline goes to kick, and she doesn't necessarily hit it good enough. But Savannah steps in this time. Savannah's not distracted by trying to get in the back door. She punts that gutter snipe right out the window. They close the window. We're done. 1, 2. Passing the turn to Savannah. Is that doctor here or not? Omen of Doom horror show. Huh. She's going to play an Omen of Hope. And draw an Omen of Doom. And then draw a Lantern Clown. This is an ally. He doesn't look like an ally. Looks scary. I want to fight him. Okay. Well, they open up another room. Open up another door. And there's this gentleman sitting in there. Well, let's just roll and we'll see how we go with it. She has 3 soul. She has no charm or sense, so we might not even see this guy. Yeah, 3-1. So she opens the door. They open the door. They don't see this guy, creepy lantern clown dude. She got 3 omens of doom. We're not going to play them though. We're going to pass the turn because we've got a good amount left in the clock. Ugh. Evangeline draws an omen of doom. But she's got a full hand of stuff, so screw it. Soul Stealer. She has 4 soul. And strike 1. 9, 10, 11, 12. Not enough. So whatever that was, doesn't happen. That's the only... Alright, choose 1. Reload 1 relic or recycle 1 gift. Relic. Recycle 1 card. Alright, passing the turn to Savannah. There we go. Righteous Anger. Oh, wait, hold on. Jeez. Oh my gosh. The last card. Soul Stealer. Alright. She's got 3 soul. And she has strike. Whoa, okay. Well. So... as they walk up to one of the rooms, she hears a voice. And that voice hits her hard. Like, she knows that voice. And it was imprinted in her, on her. Or it's one of the ones that's imprinted on her, in her. And that's the mindset she goes into when she opens that door. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, we're going to play Omen of Doom Poverty, because an evaluate versus a gift, trash the highest die, but I know this is not a gift. This is... Sure enough, she opens the door, and there is Dr. Sykes talking to an older gentleman who's sitting in a chair and about to inject him with something. And he looks over and he sees Savannah, and the color drains from his face. And Evangeline and Savannah come into the room. And yeah, so, okay. First up, evaluate. Roll 1 die and subtract your body from the result. Trash that number of dice. Wow. Lose. Sacrifice 1 soul gift from your discard pile. All right, we got to take care of this guy now. This is crazy. Last card of the last deck. That's nuts. Okay. I'm glad we have omens left. This is good. This is Doom. And this is party time. This is Savannah. Right? Yes. Yes. Okay. Body or mind. Doesn't matter. She's good in everything. Let's see what she's got in her hand. All she has is a mind. Okay. So, her mind is 3. We need a 15. Charm, she does not have. She's going to discard this to boost her mind. Illusion. And then wow, we're ill prepared for this. Confront versus the plastic surgeon. Raise the cost of gifts by 1. So she wouldn't be able to sacrifice it. She's going to have to... not sacrifice it, I'm sorry. Not discard it. She's going to have to bury it. That's fine. I missed something. Terminate versus a master or a minion. So twice I did not do this. Display 1 new symptom. This sucks because I fucked this up. Then exchange 1 gift in your hand or discard pile for 1 new gift of the same virtue. So I missed doing that twice. Too many things to remember in this game. That's okay. We're still in a bad place. We're going to have to mutate. Mutation is regenerating. We're going to roll 3 dice because he's a master, a minion. 6, 2, and 3. We got to discard the 2 and basically take the 3. But that's okay. It's okay. It doesn't actually matter. So we're going to be able to re-roll 3 of these dice. There's nothing that Evangeline can play right now to help. So we really got to roll these 4 dice and hope for a 15. Wow. Holy mackerel, dude. 6, 10, 15. Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal, though. Evaluate. Roll 1 die and subtract your body from the result. Trash that number of dice. Okay. Her body is 3. So I just need to roll 4 or less. All is not lost. Yet. Oh, it is lost. Damn. No, that sucks because what that means is, okay, so 6 is the worst thing I could have rolled right now. So her body's 3. That means I gotta sacrifice 3 dice. When she trashes dice, she trashes 1 fewer, so she only trashes 2, but that's still these 2. So it's still impossible to get 15. That just means she's gonna have to face him again. That's fine. So, okay, 1 second. We're gonna take a quick break. Okay. They walk into the room. He turns. He recognizes Savannah. Evangeline walks in. Savannah is ready to just go, and he immediately says, "Savannah, how are you?" And takes charge of the situation. This totally offsets Savannah. She totally has she wasn't prepared for this. No one has recognized her or pays attention to her or looks at her, and he right away he knows exactly how to approach this situation. He looks concerned. He comes off very charming. Even Evangeline is a little thrown off by how he acts, and he says, "How are you doing? Where have you been? I was so worried when you disappeared from the when you disappeared." And so what's going to happen is, like I say, we lose. Sacrifice one soul gift from your discard pile. Okay. She's going to sacrifice the lucky numbers. And then, is this going to be her again, or do we want Evangeline to take this guy on? I think we're going to have Evangeline take this guy on. So this is the very last card, so he's not going anywhere. We're going to pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Savannah's going to redraw up. She's got to reload a relic or recycle one card. Oh, that's reload, not recycle. That's another thing I did wrong. I should have not recycled that relic the other couple turns ago. I should have put it on top of the deck. That's fine. She's going to recycle this. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to draw an omen of hope, because Evangeline's going to step in, and yes. Flip your yes. A symbol versus a relic. No. It doesn't matter about examining. We are taking on the plastic surgeon. Okay. Evangeline has 3 mind. Charm. She has 1 charm. Yay, we got a bonus. Woo! Once again, she feels like this was her exact why she's here, is to step up at this very moment and take care of this fellow. She's going to boost her mind. 1. Yes. Then the only problem is her body is low, and he makes you roll that die. We're going to see what happens there. It's offset by the fact if the most dice she can have. Oh no. Oh, you know what? You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Does she want to do that? We could use sparks, where she could use her soul instead. It end up with the same amount of dice. Okay. All right. And did Savannah draw anything that she can help? Memory stick. Assemble. Sacrifice to add 1 mind die. She's going to do that. Definitely. And then she's got bones to help. Soul Stealer to help. And the Wave of Mutation is not going to help. I think that's it. That's all the dice we got. 6 dice. Raise the cost of gifts by 1. She had to bury this. Wow, here we go again. Here we go with some awesome rolling. Awesome rolling. So, all we got to do is roll this and subtract body from the die. Boom. Okay, sorry, you didn't see that. That's a 1. That's very good. So we subtract her body, which is 2. It's 0. There is no trashing of any dice. She steps up. He and smiles And he looks at her and then looks at her. He's like, wants to hopefully ignore her, but she stands up and she's gonna go right for the throat. Yeah. She says, you aren't gonna fool me. And she's put all this together. Savannah hasn't told her as much as she could, but judging Evangeline being around Savannah up to this point, and everything they've been through, just this mission alone, she understands that this might be the point at one of the point of departure for Savannah from her regular life. She's kind of put that together, especially by the way Savannah's acting right now, and she says, "You're not going to fool me." And you certainly haven't fooled her. You are the reason why she's disappeared, aren't you? And he says, I have no, and I want to think of a way. I can't do this supernaturally. Like you can't just soul suck this thing like you can the supernatural stuff. She says, "You're not fooling me, and you're certainly not fooling my friend here. And my friend, if I say the word, my friend will literally tear you and enjoy it, limb from limb, and destroy that beautiful face of yours." And then when she says that, that's when he's like, because he looks back at Savannah, and Savannah's gone from being confused to allowing the rage back into her eyes, because she does desperately want to tear him limb from limb and rip his eyes out and make him look like her. And he sees this, and his face falls, and his bowels are weak, and he's like, "Well, I didn't have anything to do with this. It wasn't my decision." And Evangeline says, "It doesn't matter if it was your decision, but what does matter that you're going, in order for you to live past this moment, you're going to go home and you're going to pack your bags and you're going to drive, and you're going to drive far away, and you're going to give up medicine. And maybe you're going to be a gas clerk or a server or something way out in the fucking desert. But if you're not gone, we will find you. And she will find you." And Savannah goes to move forward, and he collapses to the ground. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help people. They gave me this to help people." And he's like holding out the thing, the stuff he has in his hand, the fluid that he was injecting into the older man, who, by the way, is just like conked out. He's not even paying attention. And Evangeline takes that, and she says, "You know it's wrong. We know it's wrong, and you need to leave now." And he looks at Savannah, and Savannah's taken Evangeline's lead, and he runs out the door, and this one's done, and we have survived. Let's see what fleeting fragments open up. Fleeting fragment for the mission itself, the Fables of Reconstruction, the connoisseur. "To flood my veins with the blood of another. In practice, the definition of blood became loose, as evidenced by your final notes: invertebrate, sap, aqua, regia, silt, mercury. At the mission end, when rebuilding your deck, keep one more body gift." All right, well, we're giving that to Savannah since Evangeline already has an enduring fragment. And then the carriage ride. "Over the Middle Lands your horses flew, bound for a castle half buried in the rubble of a fistfight amongst giants. So as not to disturb the giants, the horses were goaded against touching their hooves to the ground. In the darkness, the only sound was the coach's whip on flesh." That's an interesting memory. Damage. Sacrifice, recycle their hand, and go to end. Huh. The fainting spell. I'm fine, really, she smiled, and you felt relief wash over you. It was only then you noticed her hands shaking. Their shaking hands, and the words she traced in the dust on the table. She's not me. She's not. That's such a creepy card. This one is support. Sacrifice, exchange table positions with another saint. And so useless. So Evangeline's going useless in the sense that for these two characters, we're going to take the carriage ride. So Evangeline gets this impression, this memory of something that was like almost from a past life, because there's nothing that she could have experienced in her life as of now. The next name on the list is a oh boy. The next name on the list is going to take them up. It looks like just outside of Washington, D.C. Next week we will rejoin the ladies as they continue up the coast and righting the wrongs and scratching names off Savannah's lists. Or list. She only has one. Cool. Thanks for joining. This was cool. And I will check you next Saturday. Viva la Dungeon!